This is the Franchise Basketball Insider, presented by Massengale Eye Care, Oklahoma City's leading eye care provider since 1989. Call 631-2020.
Greetings, Thunder fans. Oklahoma City held a Saturday workout before heading on the road for a 4-game road trip, beginning with Houston, 2:30 on Sunday afternoon on ABC television. A lot of good stuff on today's Franchise Basketball Insider. Kevin Durant says Houston is desperate. He elaborates. Also, Randy Foy's Villanova Wildcats take on the Sooners in the first game of the Final Four. Foy talks about that matchup and getting to see the game. Plus, we hear from head coach Billy Donovan.
Not too long ago, you saw this Houston team. What did you recognize in that game that is going to be key tomorrow night?
They're desperate. They're desperate. They want to get in the playoffs. They play extremely hard, and they never quit. That's one thing I respect about them. They never quit. They could be down 15 to 20 points. I seen against Cleveland. We were playing our game before the game. They were down 15 to 20, and they came back and won the game by 7. So, they got guys that can score so easily and so quick, can shoot the three well. So we got to be on our toes for 48 minutes.
You look at the last game against them, you had 5 guys score down the stretch.
Mm-hmm.
Steven has the game winner the other night, which would suggest that you guys have made progress in terms of being a more multiply dangerous team.
Yeah, we always, we try to get the best shot that we can and late in the games. It's times that we struggle. It's times that we play well late in the games. But for the most part, teams are, so concerned with Russell and myself, and I think that's opening it up for everybody else to be aggressive, and guys are taking advantage.
That gravity that you create on the court, is that something that you can quantify, or that your teammates can, visibly notice?
My teammates can notice. It's hard to see from the outside, unless you're on the court. I love that my presence out there attracts so much attention and, get guys open shots. So, I got to continue to get myself up in those situations, whether it's from screening, whether it's from just spotting up and giving guys wide open lanes to score, because nobody's leaving me at the three-point line. Nobody's leaving to go help on the roll, so I got to take advantage of that and sometimes be patient when sometimes the ball may not come to me, but just knowing I'm creating an open shot by just being on the court. So that's a great feeling. That's being that respected by the other team. That's really what you work for.
Certainly their speed and their quickness. They change ends of the floor. At a very, very quick rate. Certainly Harton with the ball in his hands, middle pick and roll. Dwight at the basket. And they've gotten a lot of different, positive play from Beverly, and from Ariza. I think Beasley's been a great addition to their teams, giving them some scoring and some size. So they've gotten healthier as well. But they're, obviously a very, very talented team.
They've lost 5 out of 7. 4 of those losses are combined 12 points, including your game with them here. Do you have to be prepared for a little bit of desperation right now, the situation they're in?
Yeah, I think that the margins a lot of times in the league are, so close. It's possession here, possession there. Something doesn't go your way. But they're in every single game, and I think sometimes when you look at teams that have maybe had to endure extended, games of coming down the stretch, I think it's a testament to them that they're in position to win a lot of basketball games. They're right there. So I think going in, our guys have great respect for them. They know how talented and gifted they are. And I think our guys understand they'll have to play well. I think the one thing with this team, and it happened when we played in Houston, it was very, very early in the year, is the runs in this game, when you play against them are there in both directions. You could be playing great basketball and you get up by 10 or 12 and it can quickly change in a hurry, with the way they shoot the ball and the way they get out in transition and the way they generate and create steals in the half court. So you've got to be able to deal with momentum-changing swings in the game. You want to try to eliminate as many as you can of your own doing and you just allow it to happen through the course of the game because they've got the ability offensively to go on some incredible runs.
When you look at the way this team has played, like the last time we played Houston, 5 guys scored in the last few minutes down the stretch. Steven hits the game winner the other night. When you get that multiple, how important is that, and what kind of a lift set give these guys?
I think it's extremely important because a lot of times, with the way, with Kevin greatness, with Russell's greatness, sometimes not like locally, but probably nationally, media, people probably don't see the things that that Steven do, or even Ennis, even guys, Amon and those guys. But, you know, it's a team. You know, a lot of guys contribute a lot of little things, even if it's just screaming out coverages from the bench. Like, a lot of guys do a lot of different things to help this team win.
How much have you let the guys know about Villanova and their chances tonight?
Well, I don't know if you saw from my Instagram post, but me and Nick was watching. I think it was like the last 8 minutes of the Kansas game, and we was going back and forth. They were going back and forth. We were up 4, we were up 1, down 1, and then at the end when we were up 1, I think they fouled us, and I started videotaping Nick, and he didn't notice it. And he was scratching his head, and you know, I was hoping that we made those free throws, but everyone knows. I think a few of us are going to the game today as soon as we land, so we're going straight from the airport to the game today. But I'm excited because it's you know, being in the Final Four, you know, for those guys and for Coach, that's like once in a lifetime. So I'm excited for those guys.
All right, that'll do it for the weekend edition of the Franchise Basketball Insider. Again, the Thunder tip off 2:30 Sunday afternoon against the Houston Rockets. I'm David Garrett for Oklahoma's New Sound for Sports, 107.7 The Franchise in Oklahoma City and 107.9 The Franchise in Tulsa.